Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Naila Iqbal. I am from BS Chemistry Department and my ID is 015. Now I am going to present the topic of industrial chemistry and that is soda ash. Introduction. Sodium carbonate, also known as washing soda, soda ash and soda crystals, is the inorganic compound with the formula Na2CO3 and its various hydrates. All forms are white, water-soluble salts that yield moderately alkaline solutions in water. Historically, it was extracted from the ashes of plants growing in sodium-rich soils. Because the ashes of these sodium-rich plants were noticeably different from ashes of wood, sodium carbonate became known as soda ash. It is produced in large quantities from sodium chloride and limestone by the solvent process. Sodium carbonate production from natural deposits. The most important raw material for the industrial extraction of natural sodium carbonate is trona. The sodium carbonate containing mineral is processed to pure sodium carbonate by two processes, monohydrate process and sesquihydrate process. Monohydrate process. In the monohydrate process, the mineral is first calcined, then dissolved in water, then filtered to remove insoluble constituents, and finally evaporated to dryness, producing sodium carbonate monohydrate. Sesquicarbonate process. In the sesquicarbonate process, trona is first dissolved in water, freed of impurities, and then calcined. Monohydrate process. Production of calcined sodium carbonate from trona by the monohydrate process. First, trona storage, pulverizer, sieve, rotary tube furnace, dissolution unit, classifier, concentrator, filter press, activated charcoal filter, vacuum crystallizer, cyclone, centrifuge dryer, cooler, classifier, product stock. This shows that a mixture of sodium carbonate and bicarbonate is added to trona storage, water is added to dissolution unit, and slurry is added to cyclone. The reaction occurs and concentrated soda ash is placed in product stock. Synthetic sodium carbonate manufacture. The industrial solvent process, ammonia sodium carbonate process, is based on the precipitation of the relatively poorly soluble sodium hydrogen carbonate from an aqueous sodium chloride solution. According to sodium chloride react with ammonium hydrogen carbonate to form sodium hydrogen carbonate plus ammonium chloride. This reaction is brought about by passing gaseous ammonia into a concentrated sodium chloride solution and then saturated it with carbon dioxide. The precipitated sodium hydrogen carbonate is separated off and then calcined to sodium carbonate like in a rotary tube furnace. Sodium hydrogen carbonate into sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide plus water. Carbon dioxide and the ammonia recovered by treating the ammonium chloride formed with calcium hydroxide are returned to the process cycle. Ammonia is therefore only a reactionate. The overall reaction is calcium carbonate plus NaCl into sodium carbonate plus calcium chloride. With calcium chloride containing brine as a byproduct, which is difficult to dispose of. A modified solvent process with reduced energy consumption and improved calcium chloride recovery has been developed by ASHI. Process. Production of a concentrated sodium chloride solution, pyrolysis of calcium carbonate into calcium oxide plus carbon monoxide, saturation of sodium chloride solution with ammonia, precipitation of sodium hydrogen carbonate by saturating with um, carbon dioxide, separation of sodium hydrogen carbonate, calcination to sodium carbonate, production of calcium hydroxide, ammonia recovery. This is the working diagram of solvay process. Leblanc process. In the Leblanc process, introduced at the end of the 18th century, sodium chloride is reacted with sulfuric acid. The sodium sulfate formed is reduced with coal to sodium sulfide, which is reacted with calcium carbonate to sodium carbonate. This process has not been industrially important since the 1920s. Applications. Some common applications of sodium carbonate include: sodium carbonate is used as a cleansing agent for domestic purposes like washing clothes. Sodium carbonate is a component of many dry soap powders. It is used for removing temporary and permanent hardness of water. It is used in the manufacture of glass, soap, and paper. It is used in the manufacture of sodium compounds like borax. Economic importance. This chart shows world capacity for sodium carbonate in 2018. Largest capacity of sodium carbonate was in Northeast Asia, then North America, Middle East, Western Europe, CIC or Baltic states, Indian subcontinent, Central Europe, Africa, and lowest capacity of sodium carbonate is in South America. Reference: Industrial Inorganic Chemistry by K. H. Bajal. That's all from my side. Thank you.